Hey, what is up, guys? This is danielsquareDISCUSSIONS here, and today, you might be wondering what this video is about. Now, today, every Friday, I'm going to be starting a new series on this channel. So, this will be danielsquareDISCUSSIONS. So, this video will be I will be reviewing races from last week. I will be recapping everything went down, my opinion on the race, and then I will preview Atlanta and who I think will win at Atlanta. So, Daytona 500 started out with Jordan Sparks performed the national anthem at the Daytona 500. Owen Wilson, if you guys don't know who Owen Wilson is, he is the voice of Lightning McQueen. So, yeah. You guys might remember his famous saying, what he would always be like, "Ka-chow." I don't know how he would say it. "Ka-chow." I'm not sure. I don't know. But yeah. So, green flag wave with Chase Elliott starting on the pole with Dale Earnhardt Jr. outside the front row. Beginning with stage 1. So the length was stage 1 was 60 laps. Stage 2 was 60 laps, and the final stage was 80 laps. So it started out with Kyle Busch, who got stage 1. If you get stage 1, you get 10 bonus points, which will help you into the playoffs once we go into the playoffs. Stage 2, there was a multi-car wreck that involved Kyle Busch, Matt Kenseth, Ty Dillon, Eric Jones, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in his first race back after suffering from concussion-like symptoms last season. Had to sit half of last season. That also brought a red flag out. My bad. Yeah, so then after that, there was another wreck that involved Jimmy Johnson, Danica Patrick, Clint Bowyer, Kevin Harvick, Daniel Suarez, Denny Hamlin, and many more. Also that was before stage 2, because after stage 2, Kevin Harvick got stage 2. That was now during the final 80 laps, that's when the wreck happened then. During that race, there was just caution after caution after caution after caution, just wrecks, because that way, there was a lot of aggressive racing going on, and that shows that this new rules for the stage races and stuff like that brought a lot of drivers urgency to go out here and get a stage win. That way, it can help them into the playoffs. That way, they can carry all those bonus points, whether you win them on stage races or if you win the race or if you're the regular season champion. These bonus points are going to help you going to the playoffs and in hopes of advancing to the next few rounds. But for Homestead, it's basically gonna be the same. Whoever the first of the final 4 goes to the finish and crosses the finish line first is your season champion. So yeah. What else happened? Jamie McMurray got collected in a wreck that collected Daniel Suarez and I forgot who. But yeah, the race was crazy getting to the few laps with cars wrecking and stuff. The last few laps, Chase Elliott looks like he had the race in the bag with like 5 laps to go. But then started reporting that he was running out of fuel. So Truex got by, and Larson, my man Kyle Larson, he got in there, got into Martin Truex. That was amazing. I mean, although I feel bad for Chase Elliott, Man, he's been running well, but if he just gets rid of those small mistakes, he will get a win. I'm for sure he will get a win. I'm sure for sure he will win. It's just small mistakes that happen, and you gotta hate it for the fans. I feel bad for Chase Elliott and his fans, how much it would have been, how awesome it would have been if he got his first career win at the Great American Race. And then becoming and then drivers who have never won the Daytona 500 while starting on the pole since his father, Bill Elliott, I believe. I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. And then Kyle Larson in the final lap got into Kurt. Then Kurt Busch got by him, and looks like Kurt Busch won the Daytona 500. It was a real emotional win. Tony Gibson. You had to see his emotion. You had to see how his emotion was like during the Great American Race. I mean, Tony Gibson was just screaming and stuff, and I like Tony Gibson. I mean, he's been a veteran crew chief already for 20 years, I believe. He was in the pit box of Alan Kulwicki when he won the 1992 Winston Cup Championship. Of course, that memorable championship battle in 1992. One of the greatest championship battles in NASCAR history. Also shattered by the first career start of Jeff Gordon and the final race of Richard Petty, which will be at the track where we will be heading to this weekend. So yeah, Kurt Busch, he won the Daytona 500, his first one. He almost won it in 2008, and it was awesome to see one. And for Tony Stewart, who never won a Daytona 500 as a driver, but now he's won one as an owner. So Kurt, kudos to you, buddy. You won one for your boss man, who I've also been a fan of. I've been a big fan of Tony Stewart. 2008 also, he had that race won. 2008 was his perfect chance of winning one. But, he didn't have teammates. Ryan Newman won Daytona 500 with the help of Kurt Busch. So yeah, my opinion on the race, it was crazy, it was wild, and, cars was just wrecking everywhere. Caution after caution after caution. These stages were crazy, and it's gonna get even crazier once we get to Atlanta. I mean, because Atlanta's a track where, where you gotta be careful with your tires. At Atlanta, it has old asphalt, and yeah. So Atlanta, I'm looking forward to Atlanta. Now I'm gonna go on with my predictions. So for Atlanta, I'm going to go with Matt Kenseth, and here's why. Ever since he's been with Joe Gibbs Racing, he's won at tracks that he was never good at when he was at Roush Fenway. He won Martinsville. He won Loughton 3 times already with Joe Gibbs Racing. He's won Richmond. He's won at Chicagoland. He was never good there when he was with Roush. He's won at Pocono. He's now won at Loughton this year, like how he did. He almost won Phoenix, and he was never good at those tracks when he was in the 17. And I believe he was never good when he wasn't good at Atlanta. So I believe that Matt Kenseth will win at Atlanta. And yeah, so that's who my pick is for Atlanta. Next week I'll do another episode here. I will recap Atlanta and give my opinion on the race, and I will make my picks for Las Vegas next week. So, yep, that's pretty much it. And thank you for watching. Please let me know in the comments who is your pick for Atlanta, and I will see you guys in my